YouTube? What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Rome 2 with a Blade Balance tournament replay between Agony Achilles and Greek Iraklis. This should be an interesting game. These are both very good players and are going to provide some unique armies for your entertainment here, though I don't know that they're picking these armies was really for your entertainment, but I do think you'll like it. A few things to remember. We are in the Blade Balance mod, so there are a few things different. Pikemen, for instance, have larger unit sizes. When there's 120 men in a standard infantry unit, there will be 150 men in the pike unit. So a little bit different. You're going to see 4 elite Persian archers, which you do not normally see because they were crap in vanilla. Blade has given them extra melee damage, extra range, and extra missile damage. So these guys fight with a two-handed spear, have very nice melee attack, pretty low damage, but they are an interesting unit to say the least. So like that, but so 7 archers and a pike army. So it's like a pike and shot army here from Agony Achilles, and he's got 4 mercenary Scythian horse archers, 3 on that flank, 1 over here, only 2 noble horse, and a Bactrian Royal Guard general. You've got 4 Celtic warriors, 4 naked swords, really odd choice, 4 Pontic Royal Cavalry here for Pontus, 3 Eastern archers, and I'm trying to remember if there's any, oh yeah, 1 noble blood cav, and then of course you have 4 mercenary Scythian horse. Now the interesting thing about this matchup is that Pontus is going to have to find a way to deal with the pikes. If they don't find a way to deal with the pikes, it's obviously going to be trouble, because the pikes are going to be, well, not only that, the pikes are tougher to deal with than usual because of the fact that they are a larger unit size. So it just means in general that the pikes are a little more viable in Blade Balance. You're going to see some moves here with the Pontic Royal Cavalry trying to get at the flank, and then you'll see Greek Iraklis right here is kind of trading horse archer for horse archer with Agony Achilles. I guess he feels like this is worth his time just to get one of those off there. I don't know. He's going to have a very difficult time skirmishing from the front, and then plenty of archers can still try and hold off the Bactrian cavalry from the flank. But the Bactrian player has to play very defensively, whereas Iraklis will be able to try and be more maneuverable and try and create some mistakes. But I mean, it should be interesting to see how this plays out. It's going to be forced offense against a purposeful defense and a strong defense in the case of the pikes and all the archers. You can see that there is a substantial amount of skirmishing taking place right now, and the Eastern archers over here are being slaughtered by their superior counterparts across the way. So yeah, the Pontic skirmishers are going to take a lot of losses pretty quickly. So the Pontic cavalry is going to have to try and punch through and get to these skirmishers. Pikes being sent to the flank to support, and of course Pontus moving to the flanks to try and get completely around the Bactrian player and get a surround. That's definitely the right move when trying to deal with pikes. Going to have to do something, because you can't just take them head on, especially when they're backed up by 7 archers. Here comes some Pontic cavalry. It is under some archer fire, horse archer fire, but ooh, getting baited here. Oh, but the counter charge nicely. So each player kind of baiting, or the Agony Achilles baited a charge there, hoping to get the advantage, but Iraklis countercharged properly, so it's a nice engagement there, but the horse archers will support that fight. And now it looks like the Pontic Royal Cavalry being baited towards the elite, or the Syrian archers, and the pikes waiting behind to get some kills. Trample charge. So here comes the trample charge. Not the best charge into the Syrian archers, and then with pikes nearby and horse archers charging in, this unit will get some kills, but I don't think it can pay for itself at this point. Let's see. Bactrian Royal Guard supporting a Noble Blood Cav versus Bactrian Noble Horse. The Bactrian Noble Horse will certainly win that. Some skirmishers that were just about caught. Mercenary Naked Swords actually coming into the front of pikes here. Not the best engagement for them, though the pikes are in a bit of a derpy formation, so it should be okay in the long run. So very chaotic battle, and honestly chaos is going to favor Pontus to a certain degree here. But Pontus has more men to lose because of all the pikemen and their numbers and all the skirmishers and their numbers, whereas Pontus brought a lot more cavalry. So yeah, lots of foot skirmishers here, and again, don't discount those Persian archers in melee. A heavy cavalry would have to hit them hard and quick to be able to do the damage, or else they could fight back quite effectively with a two-handed spear. There are some pike units taking a beating here. This pike unit's not really going to be able to do much out here unsupported. Pontic Royal Cavalry back here killing quite a few horse archers, or mercenary Syrian archers. So the mercenary Syrian archers are for the most part dealt with. It'd be great if these naked swords could somehow pin down these elite Persian archers back here. If they could do that, they would be better at mopping them up. Let's see this engagement here. The Pontic General is now being caught between multiple units of pikes and other cavalry, so this is not a good engagement for the Pontic Royal Cavalry. The Pontic General is going to die here, and none of his units are disciplined, whereas a lot of the Bactrian units' infantry are disciplined. So that could play a key role in late game. Lots of horse archers left, though, for Pontus, and some foot skirmishers. Surprisingly, even though they were up against overwhelming odds, foot skirmishers alive could make a big difference. There's Pontic Royal Cavalry back here, too, wrecking quite a few of these elite Persian archers, but they're also going to be under fire and up against two-handed spear archers who have very competent melee skills. Mercenary Syrian archer finished off for the second time, an elite Persian archer now on the run. So, yeah, the Pontic horse archers are back here wreaking some havoc. This Syrian archer has been routed. This mercenary naked sword is killed by pikes, though. So let's just kind of see. Still quite a few units left for both armies on the battlefield here. Let's watch this Pontic Royal Cavalry trying to charge the elite Persian archers. They're not going to get a great charge, though. I mean, they will get a rear charge here. But you're going to want like a solid connected charge to knock out these Persian archers quickly, because if not, they can fight. And here they're going to be trying to get support from their Bactrian Royal Guard general, who is also chasing these mercenary naked swords, who are also chasing the Persian archers. So quite the chase going on here. See this Pontic Royal Cavalry not quite going to be able to finish off the elite Persian archers in melee combat. See them getting out their two-handed spears, chasing off what's left of those cavalry units, receiving support from their brothers over there. So very tight fight. I'm a little worried about Pontus here, though. There's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 nice infantry units left on the field for Bactria. If they don't finish them off quickly, like get some surrounding maneuvers and finish these guys off quickly, the pikes might get a chance to reform, and that's going to be a problem for Pontus. It's going to be a big problem, actually. There is a Bactrian noble horse here, but it is being fired on by mercenary Scythian horse archers. So this is a good situation for Pontus to try and take out some of these very heavy horsemen before they can make their presence known against light units like Celtic warriors or naked swords. But at this point, the Bactrian player does have a wide open line to just reform over here. And I don't see how the Pontic troops are going to pull this off. They've only got a few horse archers left. I don't know if they have any ammo left. I think they may. It's hard to say. They're in melee attack right now. Oh, and coming up against elite Persian archers is not going to go well here. These elite Persian archers are going to stop these guys and kill them with their spears rather rapidly. So I do believe that Bactria is going to take this one at this point. We'll go ahead and fast forward. There's quite a bit of game left. Let's let the players reposition and decide what the late game engagement is going to look like. Pontic horse archers out here being chased off. Getting some nice shots on these pikes, though. Might be able to finish this unit off, though it's going to be hard to say whether this will be enough. And the pikes in their long lines, and look, Pontic troops already wavering and shattering, so this one definitely looks like it's going to be over for Pontus. Interesting game between both players. You had like a glass cannon type infantry from Pontus, with extremely heavy cavalry and mobile skirmishing, whereas the Bactrian player went for heavy infantry defense with the pikes and tons of foot skirmishers with limited mobility. And in this case, it actually looks like it's going to pay off, because the pikes, just like I said, are a bit trickier to deal with in this mod. Let's check out this Bactrian Royal Guard up in close combat, fighting off some naked swordsmen. These guys are a very competent hoplite unit. They have Frenzied Charge, 42 attack, and 30 damage. 30 damage is not great compared to some of the barbarian swords and stuff, but it does come with 8 armor piercing, which I do believe is more armor piercing damage than the barbarian longsword. I could be wrong. You don't need a lot of armor piercing, though, for naked swords, not unless they have an armored crotch. But in any case, yeah, those guys are going down. Armored crotch, armored scrotum, armored something. They're going to need it. Anyway, that's going to be the end of Pontus this time, but like I said, nice game from both players. Is a nice effort, and there is a little bit of wavering that happens right here at the very end, which is very odd. Makes you almost wonder if the it says attacked in the rear, and then yeah, I'll let you watch it here in a minute. There's a little bit of wavering that goes on from these 3 units and makes you think that perhaps Pontus might actually pull this out. Looks like the horse archer is not, well, it could be firing. Yeah, it's like right here where their morale starts to drop a little bit, goes to red even, and then there's the rear charge penalty, but it's not enough. So the Pontic player loses there in a close fight. So nicely played by Achilles. Interesting use of that army though by Iraklis. If I would have had Iraklis' army here, I would have gotten completely slaughtered by what the Bactrian player did here. So I thought that that was pretty good on his part to bring in even the Pyrrhic defeat there. It was a victory, of course, for Achilles. But, I mean, you can see Iraklis got more kills, though Achilles did deploy more men, so he had more men to lose. Some of these pikes actually turning out decent kill numbers as well. Not a ton of work done by his horse archers, but they were annoying, and, Iraklis had to deal with them. Nice kills on the Bactrian Royal Guard. The skirmishers didn't do a ton, but you know what? Iraklis had to hunt for them actively the whole game, and it forced him to lose a lot of cavalry, probably a lot more prematurely than he otherwise would have done. Definitely an interesting match, like I said. Enjoyed this one. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you back soon with more Rome 2 action.